Hey, my name is Shadowsense and you're watching Arcade Spirits. We're about to go to a job interview. And as I came to realize weeks later, turns out that was the best impulsive decision I've ever made. Yeah, last episode we impulsively decided to go get a job interview that was made for us in 20 seconds flat by basically Siri. Oh no. Did I actually activate my... Nope. Okay. I have my other phone sitting over there. Sometimes it activates by itself. The bus drops me off, oddly enough, not very far from Juniper's office building, although my destination isn't nearly as upscale as that. This is, well, it's a strip mall. Strip malls are relics of 19XX, places where a random assortment of weird little businesses jam as many of themselves into as tight of a space as possible. For instance, I'm seeing a dentist, a used bookstore, an arcade, a fast food joint, and a boarded-up health spa, once called Lattes and Enemas, which sounds,
Hey, listen.
What do you think? I think that's two things no human being should ever combine. No, I mean about your future place of work. I'm desperately hoping we're not talking about the same thing. Which one of these businesses exactly am I working at? I don't know anything about oral hygiene or old books, and I'd rather not be a fry cook. The one in the middle, silly. What, behind the arcade? It is the arcade. Huh. Trust me on this. I referenced and cross-referenced and cross-referenced your personality details, personal history, and social media connections. This is your dream job. My dream job. Really?
99.97%.
With 99.97% accuracy, yes. I should probably explain my confusion. Arcades are big business in the entertainment sector. Pro gamers are celebs, 5-star arcades are social hotspots. It's always been popular with the mainstream. But, well, restaurants are popular too, right? And for everybody who opens one hoping to be the next Iron Chef, a dozen more shut down in failure. Arcade competition is fierce. Paydays range from peanuts to gold, and sure, those who make it can secure fame and fortune, but those who don't, well, no wonder Iris sees this as a dream job. Video games weren't always this popular, though. I read an interesting article about it once. Back in the year 1980X, we narrowly avoided a serious industry crash which would have left video games as a kid's toy fad, like hula hoops. No mainstream acceptance. For instance, one of the factors could have been a terrible game based on a kid's movie about a cute alien visitor who wanted to phone home. If this game was complete poop butts, like poop from a butt, and massively overproduced, it ruined video games for years. Fortunately, cooler heads prevailed. That game was delayed until it could be developed properly, and the crash was averted. The crisis only exists in theory now. Sometimes I wonder what it'd be like for people in the darkest timeline where everything went wrong. And everything did go wrong! Wait, I'm in the darkest timeline. Fuck! Are gamers considered nerds and outcasts? Are arcades vanishing points of nostalgia? The mind boggles. Okay, so this is like an alternate universe in the future. But it's weird because like the video game crash did happen, but also like video games are so mainstream nowadays and pro gamers are celebrities, so maybe this is a weird mishmash. But make no mistake, as popular as they are, the arcade industry is a dodgy, risky prospect for a job. Plenty make a run at it, only to come up short. Considering Iris was tasked with getting me a job I'd enjoy and could keep for more than a few months, this left me a bit confused. Iris, this isn't me saying no. It's an interesting prospect, but... I mean, are you sure about this? You say you're 99% sure.
99.97%.
Sure. Won't this be like my lifeguard job, though? Satisfying but short-lived? This arcade doesn't exactly look like a 5-star. It's no Deco's place, or Deco's Palace, that's for sure. And to be perfectly honest, I haven't set foot inside an arcade in, 50 years. 15 years. Huh. I remember really enjoying arcades when I was a kid. Wonder why I stopped going to them. Iris interrupts us though, eager to show off her homework.
Sources say yes.
Trust me, when I said I was 99.97% sure, I meant it. It's not some arbitrary number. I'm designed to be a bit silly and whimsical, but my math is deadly serious. My coders made me to be the warm, personable front of a database array that's currently laser targeted on getting you exactly what you need, right here, right now. And when this place inevitably collapses and I lose my dream job, what makes you think that's going to happen? Because it does. It always does. I don't think your database accounts for my family curse. We've always had to, I don't know, compromise, settle, because things rarely work out. You always have to be ready for the worst. That's why I take things in stride these days. Does that mean you shouldn't even try? I open my mouth to protest, and then close it. As often as my life tends to crumble out from under me, it's not like she was wrong. I still had to try. I mean, what the hell? Why not? Buy the ticket, take the ride. That's what I told myself when I walked out the door this morning, wasn't it? No matter how risky, I owed it to myself to jump in with both feet. And when it all came crashing down, well, I'd recovered before, I'd recover again. Meanwhile, may as well take the opportunity in front of me. So, I opted to push on through those doors and see what waited for me on the other side. I'm hearing good sounds. The air conditioning hits me like a cool breeze, albeit one smelling of copper and corn chips. As it's early in the morning on a weekday, it's not too packed with gamers, although it's so packed with games I'd probably have a hard time finding anyone anyway. At once, I'm struck by something odd. I actually recognize most of these games. Neat! Considering I haven't walked into an arcade in over a decade, that's probably not great. Lots of vintage stuff here from the looks of it, like really old. Although I don't recognize that game with the stage lights and things, maybe it's karaoke or dancing? A Japanese import?
Sources say yes.
Checking. That would be Showtime Stage, a collaboration of Nihon, a heavy industry concern, and Hubris Records in Germany. It's won a lot of awards. Huh. I recognize most of these. Whoa, is that seriously a Mr. Moopy's Magical Maze? But the one in the middle with the split screens is new to me. Fist of Discomfort, a hybrid real-time strategy and brawler beat-em-up. It's actually not that new. It's been a staple of the esports scene for the last 8 years. Is it like a MOBA? Two genres I was utterly lousy at last time I checked. And over here is an old lady. Sorry ma'am, I was just talking to myself and had an overwhelming urge to complete my sentences. Thankfully, I don't think she even registered me calling her old. She looks up from her knitting, seated behind a ticket prize redemption desk, and offers a wrinkly smile.
Well, hello there. Always nice to meet someone new in the Funplex.
The what?
Francine's Arcade Funplex. Didn't you see the sign out front, dear? Well, I chose to knock off the first two words when they got knocked off the building during the storm of 1980. Now it's just the Funplex, I suppose.
The FCC bleeped the year. A Funplex. Is that like when you suplex a clown? A genie in my phone set up a job interview for me. There we go. A magical space fairy or something that lives in my phone told me to come here to find my dream job.
Ooh.
Hello, I'm a magical space fairy, apparently. I half expected her to send me packing. Pretty impulsive of me to just talk about Iris like that, but she took it in stride.
Oh my.
Oh, hello. My, what they can do with technology these days. I had spit stuck in my throat. I'm good. I really do marvel at what amazing things young people have in 20XX. Although I'd simply love to take a sledgehammer to those blasted video game consoles that eat my bottom line. She said with such a kind-hearted and warm smile.
Please call me Francine. As in Francine's Arcade Funplex. Get it? Actually, thinking about it, I suppose we were originally Frederick's Arcade Funplex, named after my dear departed husband.
Oh, that's cute.
Sadly, He died peacefully in bed some years ago.
Oh, that's heavy. I'm sorry to hear about that.
No, don't be. He died doing what he loved. Having intensely physical relations with me.
Oh, yeah? Great. That's information I needed to know, yes. And you are? Matt Bird, ma'am. Very well. Shall we retire to the office to conduct your interview? I'd carry on out here, but it is rather noisy, isn't it? Yeah, about that. How do you deal with the constant noise anyway? Oh, eventually you just sort of learn how to filter out all the beeps and the boops. It can take weeks to become acclimated, I've found, but in the end, done. She quirks an eyebrow. Oh, now, that was faster than the others. Not bad. The noises stopped. So, shall we see what you're made of, This way, please. Francine leads me down a back hallway past public restrooms, and into a door marked employees only. It takes all my restraint not to point out the extraneous apostrophe. Welcome to our little backstage oasis. I'd suggest we do this in Gavin's office, but it's a bit too untidy. I don't blame the boy, he's been so overworked lately. Please, have a seat and we'll begin. I love that penguin poster back here in the background. It's real nice, it's real cute. Penguin there, baby. As quirky as this place and its owner may be, at least I'm confident that I can nail the interview portion of the proceedings. I've interviewed for a dozen jobs and held down 3. I knew all the standard questions. What are your greatest strengths? What do you see as your weaknesses? Once I even had to describe how to assemble a Lego set. Why did I say Lego like that? Once I even had to describe how to assemble a Lego set to prove my communication skills. Considering I ended up washing dishes, I'm not sure why, but the point is, I'm confident, prepared, ready.
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
Stegosaurus. What?
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
Right. Okay, maybe this wouldn't be a typical job interview after all. No problem. Go with the flow. Let's do this. Ah, Stegosaurus isn't one. Brontosaurus, big dude, enjoys a salad. Pterodactyls soaring through the sky. T-Rex, no doubt about it. Let's go T-Rex. I'm really gutsy. Tyrannosaurus Rex, mightiest of the mighty, able to eat lawyers in one bite. Always the big bad in old-timey stop-motion monster movies. So, you're self-conscious about your tiny little arms. No? It's okay, dear. They're nothing to be ashamed of.
What's your favorite snack?
Pizza. Snack? This is a favorite food question. I'd have this down easy. It's tacos. Always tacos. But snacks?
When you have pizza on a bagel.
Pizza bagels. Say pizza bagels. When pizza's on a bagel, you can have... Hush, you. Come now, dear. I don't have all day. After giving it a good thought, well, how could I forget my favorite snack? Tacos are also my favorite snack. Tasty apple with almond butter. Not bad. Whatever munchies lurk in the depths of the vending machine. Tacos. Tacos, and only tacos. There is no other sustenance. I can see you are a person that knows exactly what they want. And how to get it. You know what they say, you are what you eat. Next question. Nothing I prepared for has helped me plan for this odd interview. I brace myself for the next one.
What assets can you bring to the team during the inevitable zombie apocalypse?
Why can't real-life job interviews be like this? Is this interview for real, or is this a dream? As I look into Francine's deadpan expression, I know she's 130% serious. Engineering? No. Medical? No. To be honest, I probably get eaten on day 1. I wouldn't be of much help in the inevitable zombie apocalypse. At least I can throw myself into a horde of undead and you all can escape to live another day. Well, at least you're honest, and honesty is the best way to form trust. One more
Why
thing.
are you here?
Oh, fuck, that cut deep. The question is so simple and almost actually relevant to career planning that it takes me off guard. I told you, the magical space fairy in my phone sent me here to find a job.
You're seeking a job, true. But that doesn't really answer my question, does it?
Guess not, huh?
Don't. You think my interview questions are a bit silly? Mhm.
They are.
I like to think of the Funplex as more than a collection of tasks and people to perform those tasks.
An itchy back.
Most folks my age opening arcades at that time saw it as just another way to make a quick buck.
But what?
I saw it as something else. Something more than a way to make a large pile of quarters. And I expect you'll find the others working here see it as something more too.
The audio quality for the voice acting is so goddamn good. I love that in video games.
Everyone has a dream they're chasing, dearie. And for my friends, it lies within the Funplex. Now, if all you want is a paycheck, I can provide that. But the last fellow in your position, that's all he wanted.
Maybe I should turn on just quips. Because I don't want there to be dead air. Just generally. But yeah, maybe just quips. Now, if all you wanted is a paycheck, I could provide that, but the last fellow in your position, that's all he wanted, and he didn't last long. So I ask you again, why are you here? To be honest, I didn't have a better answer than, why not? Buy the ticket, take the ride, that's what I told myself. That wouldn't cut it here, I needed to actually think this through. It's a funplex, a plex of fun, and I like fun. To be honest, I don't know, not yet. Looking for hope, haven't had much lately. If I don't dare to take risks, I'll be stuck. Confused silence. Let's just be honest. Yeah. Understand I'm not whining or looking for pity, but my life has been a complete mess for over a decade. In and out of jobs, taking what I can get, settling, compromising. I gave up on hoping for something better a long time ago, but, well, the people in my life who are close to me kept encouraging me to try and chase my dreams. That's why I'm here. I'm looking for the answer to your question. But I won't be daydreaming all the time, I promise. In my last job, I was a lifeguard. That takes a lot of focus. I'll be just as attentive in helping your, funplex. That perks her attention. Oh my, a rather serious occupation, that. And an unusual step from such troubled waters to land of make-believe. You enjoyed this role as a lifeguard, I take it? Yes, ma'am. My roommate says she often noticed me smiling after coming home from work. Which makes Francine smile in turn. I can't say I can offer a role with such high stakes, but you'd be surprised at the many ways one can save a life, even here. Very well, I'm satisfied. Let's get you to work. I breathe easier at that. Probably the weirdest job interview I've ever had, to be sure, and yet it felt appropriate, like it was about far more than just filling a slot on the payroll. Francine leads me to the back of the arcade floor to introduce me to my duties. It only occurs to me now that I forgot to ask exactly what duties this mystery job I'd accepted really involved. Francine gestures to the seat she was occupying previously, a stool behind the prize desk.
Oh, how marvelous.
Welcome to your new position, Matt. Sitting here, you mean? Sitting here and helping players redeem tickets for valuable prizes. I glance at the wide array of pencil toppers, rubber spiders, and tiny plastic toy cars on display. Well, for prizes, at any rate. It's such a relief. I'd really been stretching myself thin lately trying to fill in since the position was vacated. If you don't mind me asking, ma'am, why did the last guy who sat here end up quitting? Something about being so bored out of his mind that he felt like jamming one of those 500 ticket plush dolls down someone's throat.
Oh,
Poor dear, he just wasn't cut out for this line of work. Grandson or no, I've no patience for such nonsense. I'm sorry, the last person to work this desk was your grandson? Anyway, Gavin should be by soon. He'll handle paperwork and all that administrative nonsense. Now, if you don't mind, all this talking's tired me out some. I'll be in the back office if you need me. Okay then. Oh, look at me, I'm smiling. I adjusted my seating on the semi-comfortable stool, leaning against the desk. Beneath me, a wide array of cheap junk awaited my attention. I could have lost hope then and there that this job would be even slightly more engaging than being a diner dishwasher, but chose to look on the positive side. I'd be helping kids obtain toys that would become nostalgic memories for years to come. Right? I think that's actually going to be a good place to end this episode. So let me give it a good old save. Bam! Alright. Thank you guys so very much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this one, please consider subscribing. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. I gotta get these burps under control.